to another week of the Queen Candy podcast. And y'all already know how we do it over here. We hope that everyone is, of course, staying safe, keeping their head up with everything that's going on. Of course, y'all know Eli's the greatest over here. We are doing very well. We still breathing, still alive, still able to do everything he needs us to do and more. A lot of doors have been opening up for us over the past couple weeks. We've been able to interview some amazing and great people here on the show, so make sure y'all go check out those episodes as well. Yeah, we have a great topic we're going to talk about this evening, y'all, and we may have touched on this already. We're going to talk about self-control. So we're going to dab into that a little bit, then we're going to take a little break, hit y'all with some music, and we're going to come back with 8 ways to increase that. Now, real quick, this is something that we learned as well, y'all. Self-control, that can mean, anything. Eating, your emotions, happiness, anything that you want to do, with your life, the people that you're around. And we love how this word starts with self, because so much of us, and we've done this before, we rely on other people to self-control, self-love, self-esteem, self-acceptance. And we said this before, it all starts with yourself. Other people, they may say whatever, do whatever, do you wrong. They may be right sometimes, but, a lot of times we don't want to hear it, of course. But when it all comes down to it, it starts with yourself. It doesn't rely on anybody else. And, over the last couple weeks, we've been learning to have more self-control and a lot more patience. And for those that know us real well, those are both two things we had to learn how to control the hard way. So instead of continuing to take the hard road, we are learning now, more so than ever, on how to take the easy road and realize that everything relies on us. Allah controls us. We have no control over ourselves. He controls everything. Our husband, job, podcast, radio, whatever it is that we do, he allows us to do it. And we have no power. We just, like we said before, taking a passenger seat, if you will, and allowing him to drive. And, we human. And this is in no way a cop-out or an excuse, but yeah, we still, going to slip up every now and then. We still going to make mistakes and bad choices, but, learning Islam and following the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teachings, we're learning how to do things differently. And after, about 35 years of doing things, the same way over and over, the definition of insanity, y'all, and expecting, something different to happen is crazy. It's insanity, like we just said. So, we had to, and we're going to get more into this after the break, but we had to really distance ourselves and cut a lot of people off. That is a part of, having self-control, whether y'all know this or not. The people that you're around can either uplift you or they can infect you, to stay at the bottom, be a bottom feeder, or they can motivate you, like our husband is showing us things that he comes across, whether it be a way to make money or to get a house or to better expand our show. We're learning, how to do all those things. And we really the type that's hands-on. We really don't like most of the time other people running or controlling our stuff because we don't trust a lot of people. We just gonna be honest. We don't. And that's something we gotta work on. But we've just seen so many people, and we mentioned this before, like switch out on us. for real. And these are people that we loved and trusted and have around our kids, if you will, and gave a huge part of ourselves to. But that's part of the reason. The other reason is because we like for things to be done the right way, and they should be. When you give other people control over whatever it is that you do, especially your emotions, your happiness, the things that you love to do, your dreams, your goals, the whole 9 yards, a lot of times it falls through the cracks. And then you looking at them like, bruh, really? And they looking at you like, what you want me to do? Everyone is not going to handle your craft or take your goals or your dreams seriously. They're not, because to be honest, and it's something that we learn over and over, being a Muslim woman, having to go out here in this evil, hateful world, people don't give a damn. They don't. Unless they can benefit, they don't give a damn. So what we're going to do, y'all, is hit y'all with a little bit of music. And we're going to be back, of course, from Military Camp Records. And we're going to be back on the Queen Candy Podcast. All right, y'all, we are back on the Queen Candy podcast. So, today, y'all, like we said, we are talking about self control. And for those that do not know the definition, we're going to read it for y'all real fast. It's the ability to control our feelings, emotions, the most important two, and your reactions. Like we said before the break, y'all, yeah, people gonna be butt heads and whole 9 yards. They're gonna test you, push you, try you, talk about you, gossip about you, whole 9 yards. You can't control that. We said this before. You can't control other people. You can only control yourself, just like us. And it may not happen often. We don't know how often it happens. We really don't care. We really don't. That's what we say every day. We don't. We had to get to a point in our journey on self control where we just like forget all y'all. We tired of explaining ourselves. We sick to death of people judging us. Nobody is perfect. Yeah, we all was stupid. We was young. We made horrible decisions, bad choices, whole 9 yards. So what? Ain't nobody closet clean. Nobody. But we always got something to say about what somebody else should have done, how they should have handled it. When you down at the bottom, everybody want to talk about you then, and they want to have something to say. But until you change yourself or check yourself, and most importantly, until you start following the messenger, you're not going to get nowhere. You're going to stay stuck at the bottom, being a bottom feeding man or a bottom feeding woman, just like everybody else. But a lot of people actually struggle with self control, especially, good Lord, and we had to start doing this, social media. And like we said, y'all know we Muslims, so our page is boring. Straight up, y'all. We're going to give y'all our platforms, but mostly we just use that to promote everything we have going on. We'll put a little post, a little picture up, every blue moon, every now and then. Probably a little quote here and there. But most of the time, our page is so boring, it don't make no sense. Since we accepted and came into our own, being Muslim. So what we had to do is, because we do work a full-time job, 5 days out the week. We're off 2. But even then, we still promoting our radio show, of course, our podcast, our jewelry, everything else we have going on, the networks that we on. But we have to take one day out the week, and that's every Saturday, y'all. We don't get on social media at all, period. The only thing we do is we'll get up, and we've been doing this every Saturday, we believe, for the past 3 weeks, going on a month. We'll put a post up. Today is my day off. Don't message us. Don't bother us. If you contact us or comment on the post, anything, we're not going to see it till Monday morning. Or Sunday, depending on, what we have going on, because we do work. But that's one of the things we had to do to have self-control, because we'll promote 7 days a week. We'll work 7 days a week on growing everything that we have going on if we allow ourselves. But we had to be like, no, our mental state, that's more important than anything. Now, don't get us wrong, we love what we do. We do. And Allah is the greatest that, we're even allowed to do it. And that's the main reason why we do. It's because we're allowed to. But, yeah, we got to take that time off for ourselves. Your ability to keep these emotions and impulses that can disrupt your life, and it's something we learn. Getting rid of those, you're going to be a seasoned leader with that. You're going to be able to lead properly because you're doing it off your intellect and not your emotion. So with all that being said, like we said before the break, we got 8 tips on how to increase your self-control, everybody. Number 1, find more motivation. Whatever that motivation may be, y'all, whether it's a long-term project, something short, a goal you want to accomplish, even if it's small little steps along the way. Don't find it in your man, your husband, wife, family, friends. Find it in you. Whatever it is that you do, make sure now we say you're helping people and not just getting in it to make money. No, that's all fine and good. We got to pay our bills. We got to take care of ourselves. We need things. But the most important motivation to us, and we hope that's the same for y'all, is to help people and to stand up and be a leader. And our husband, he teaches Islam a little bit different than we do. We're still what you call a new lost found. He's been teaching for 20 plus years, and he's also teaching us. So yeah, we still, get into our emotions every now and then about little small things. Y'all know how we ladies get. We'll get worked up over the smallest little thing, even if it's valid. It'd be crazy, but you know, we can only really speak for us. But if it's someone we really love and care about, yeah, we're gonna invest more time. You know what we're saying, and put more into that effort. But like we said, we don't care. We just do not care. But you know, just like us with our show, with our jewelry, with our radio, with networks, running a record label, with our husband. Matter of fact, number one, our day job. Housekeeping, y'all. Yes, we're doing housekeeping, and it's boring as hell. Just to let y'all know. But, our motivation with that is, hey, you getting a paycheck, right? It's not rocket science, really, doing what we do for anyone that does housekeeping. It's really not rocket science. You just go in, strip, clean the room, make sure everything is where it needs to be. If a guest walk up to you, whatnot, they need something, give it to them. Don't get us wrong. It's tiring, and our feet hurt at the end of the day. When we done with our shift. Excuse us. But our motivation is we getting a check. And yes, every 2 weeks, but we're able to pay a bill, credit card, food, whatever we need. Pay our cell phone bill because we gotta have them on. Y'all already know that. But the whole point of this one is find what makes you accomplish your goals. What your motivation is, what gets you out of bed in the morning. Otherwise, what you doing it for? What is all this going to be for? If you're not going to save no lives, get no dead, or you're not going to rise up and be a leader, and we mean the right way, we don't mean under this fake Christianity, because that's not a religion. Yes, we're finna start saying that, y'all. So to anyone that hears this, and we offend y'all, we really don't care. Because that's what we said. Our job is to wake everybody up to what's really going on. And a lot of us out here just living our best life as we tell ourselves, but we're not really living our best life because we're still walking around practically like the Walking Dead. Y'all seen that show? Like a zombie. Thinking, we doing it, and we're not. Especially if we just looking out for ourselves. So, that's why you gotta do that. Look out for yourself. Take care of yourself. We don't mean be selfish, because there is a line. But look out for yourself. Take care of yourself. Remind yourself why you do what you do. We gotta do it. We don't always feel like doing stuff all the time, especially now that we back at work. Straight up, y'all. We don't, but we have to motivate ourselves. We talk to Allah. We allow Him to guide us, and even when. We ain't gonna say if. When we slip up, we correct ourselves. We repent and keep it moving. So, that's all you can really do. Number 2, get a good night's sleep. Woo-hoo. With us working full time, y'all, straight up, we have to be in bed by a certain time because we know what we do, everything we got going on. But sometimes our brain be running 1,000 miles a minute, and we actually have to relax our body. You know what we're saying? For real. We don't overwork ourselves. None of that. You got to get a good night's sleep. And this song we gotta tell our husband too, because he will run and work. And He's mostly the provider. He takes care of everything. So a lot of times we have to tell him the same thing we tell ourselves. Sit your behind down somewhere. Get you some rest. Whatever you got going on can wait. Like we said, we got to make money, pay bills and whatnot, but you still got to take care of your health. And getting some rest is a part of your mental health, believe it or not. Encourage the people around you, especially the ones you claim you love and care about, to get some rest. Get you a good night's sleep. If you gotta go to bed early, so what? Ain't nothing out there in them streets y'all missing out on. Nothing. And one thing that helps us is we listen to meditation music. We either put our headphones in our ear, or we'll keep it on our side of the bed where we sit with our husband, and we'll play it like loud enough to where it's not disturbing him, but where we can hear it. Try that. Drink you some tea, some warm tea or whatever, float your boat. But get you some rest. Number 3, self-regulate to improve self-control. Self-regulation, is a great way to increase self-control because it helps you take control of your feelings and actions. For us that lack this, you can have difficulty. And we've been through this, so we know. Dealing with stress, anger, or anxiety. Ain't none of those things good for your health. You got to take care of yourself. You have to self-regulate. What's really worth you getting worked up over? What's really worth you getting an attitude about? And this stuff we have to ask ourselves, y'all, just so y'all know. Is it really that important? Exercise your willpower. Fight any kind of temptation, especially if it's going to lead to a negative result. We wish we knew this a couple years ago, because we would have gave everybody the finger back then, and told them to kick rocks. But no, we were at that point where we had to defend ourselves. We had to answer to everybody. We always was feeling apologetic, feeling bad about ourselves, like we weren't good enough. And that's because we weren't allowing people to control our emotions. Now, them same people had to cut them off. Don't care how they feel, don't care if they're upset. You don't mean us any good. So you don't deserve a spot in our life. You don't support, you don't have anything positive to say. No, you're not going to be in our circle. That's not how it goes. And that's one of the ways, like we said, we control our self-control and self-regulate. We limit the people that surround us. We don't want to be surrounded with that negativity. We had to deal with anxiety. We had to deal with stress, a lot of anger. We had a lot of anger for things that happened when our kids were still babies. And we had to let it go because we had to realize these people may never apologize. They may never feel sorry or any kind of remorse for what they did. It's done. The damage been done. It is what it is. Move on. Trust us. They will be dealt with. And they're going to get dead for it. We just being real, y'all. Number 4, exercise to increase self-control. Now, this is a good one too, y'all, for real. Exercise, it can help you, with your mental state. You're taking care of your body physically. And just a side note, watch what you're eating too. What you put in your body can keep you here, as Honorable Elijah Muhammad teach, or it can take you away. So, y'all know we Muslim. We say this all the time on the show. We don't eat any pork or swine. We barely drink sodas. We drink that every blue moon. Yeah, we do work out and exercise. And we're in transition right now, so once we get our place, our husband's going to be training us and teaching us. And one of the things he told us is we're going to have to get rid of our emotional content. We was like, oh yeah, we got that. We want to be trained because we got to be able to protect ourselves. If something happens to our husband, who's going to protect us? We know Allah's going to be watching us, of course. But, we got to be able to defend ourselves. You never know. We might wind up somewhere by ourselves and somebody might try to run up on us. But, no matter how busy your schedule is, even if it's a quick little workout, you got to go to the gym. Be careful doing that, y'all. We would suggest you exercise at home. If you ain't got no equipment, do what we did. We just walked around the house. We stretch our legs. do little jumping jacks or whatever. We still remember some of the stuff our husband showed us already, and we do that. Little lunging exercises, with arms, push-ups. Damn, we can't remember the other one. But yeah, basically what we're saying is, exercise. Take care of yourself. You know, we make time for the things that are important. So that I don't have time excuse, and we just real blunt with that, y'all, because we've been at the bottom and still Allah was with us and we didn't know, but we still kept it going because we didn't have time to make excuses. We didn't have time to feel sorry for ourselves. So, take notes. And at our job, we get a little exercise in because we got to stand up, bend over, squat, make the beds, all that, clean the bathrooms, everything. So it is a little workout, and it helps us. You actually have more energy throughout the day when you exercise, whether y'all know this or not. And making a schedule, doing something like that, it can also help you with your self control because you're going to hold yourself accountable. So remember that, y'all. Number 6. Oh, I bet. Number 5. I bet. Get digital self-control support. Accountability is the most important thing, y'all. Get a schedule. It can be helpful. You got interview, work deadline, workout, like we just said. And what we do, we don't have a calendar. We use it on our phone, but we'll write down if we have an interview, we're going to be on somebody else's show. We have a schedule of stuff we do throughout the week. Like we said, Saturday is our day off. So we have a schedule of stuff we do throughout the week, recording our show, putting it on YouTube, in the interviews we have, our networks that we're on. We have all that set up. And that's how we hold ourselves accountable. So we don't do something we ain't supposed to do, we get back on it. And sometimes things do come up, but we just try our best to keep going because that's all you can really do. 6. Ooh. Understand your emotional intelligence. And we're going to read this one, y'all. Emotional self-control or impulse control starts with understanding emotional intelligence. Knowing yourself can help you manage your emotions and impulses. Number 1, do you react impulsively to issues? Do you actually listen when people try to give you feedback? And that's something we have to learn too. Because when people will talk to us, especially our husband, we'll jump in when they say something we don't like. And half the time, if we close our mouth, and we're saying it's about ourselves, if we close our mouth, they might answer our question. And even if they don't, we still can respond in a more constructive way. Like we said, y'all, before when we were dead, we used to respond without thinking because we always responded with our emotion. Not good. So now we really getting into the I don't care routine because we got to get rid of it. We can't leave nobody to do nothing with that. Understanding your emotional intelligence makes you more aware of your emotions. When somebody says something to you, are you going to react? Somebody does something to you, are you going to try to get payback? You want revenge? You ain't got to do nothing. That's what we had to learn. Cutting people off has to be the best revenge we've ever had because they want to see us fail and not be successful. Not be successful. But that's not going to happen. What people don't realize is that Allah, like we said earlier, controls everything. So y'all can try to stop us, mock us, block us, but it's not going to happen. If He wants it to go down, it's going to go down. Please believe that. But understanding that. Patience, like we said, is the big one for y'all and the big one for us too. You have to keep your emotions and impulses in check. Just like with us. Now when somebody either does or say something we don't like, we have to respond and we think in a way of, okay, if we say this or if we do that, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, what's the outcome going to be? Is it going to be a good one, a bad one? Is it even worth it? Yeah, they're probably dead wrong. We already know this. But is it really going to be worth it? We have to check ourselves. That's why we self-control. You have to understand that. Know for us, and we tell people this, know what your triggers are. Know what you don't like and what you don't like. And find the bright side, believe it or not, you can, in anything negative that happens. Number one, you're still alive. If you're around people that's always trying to test your emotions, like we said, get rid of them. We don't care if it's your mama, sister, cousin, whomever. Get rid of them. Because they're going to keep you at the bottom. And you're never going to be able to really hold yourself accountable. That's something else we had to do. We used to react to everything, y'all, straight up. Everything. Now people, and we don't know this for sure, but our only guess is that a lot of people think that they got the best of us because we don't respond or we don't react with a nigger mentality, if you will, like we used to. But y'all just not worth our time. That's for anybody. A lot stops things for a reason. Whether it be us, whatever the reason may be, everything happens. And we really have to hold on and know who we are because we're not folding or backing down for nobody. We don't have any fear. We can't. Now, if that's an emotion we got rid of really fast because Allah is always with us. Why we need to be afraid? We're going to go through our unhappy moments, rough patches, of course. But Allah is still the greatest. We're still alive, right? And so are y'all. Number 7, avoid decision fatigue. Self-control has important implications for good decision making. Decision fatigue harms these abilities. Okay, example. Some people don't like making decisions, y'all, while others make impulsive, without thinking, or irrational, once again, without thinking, decisions. If you can, y'all, make your decisions when you're home. You've been through your whole entire day, work, school, whatever. Sleep on it. Sometimes it helps. It really can. People like to make decisions right then, whatever it may be, whether it's a job, a business opportunity, whatever. But sometimes you gotta think about the pros and the cons and whatever it is. We didn't think about this with a lot of things we did, especially relationships, because there are pros and cons to everything. But our job is to find the bright side in that. And like we said, it's easier. May not think so, but it is a lot easier to do that. Like we said, number one, you alive. Number two, you still standing. And if you anything like what we done gone through, you a soldier. Straight up. So, put some aspects of your life on the back burner. If it's not really that important, put it on the back burner. You will have less to worry about. That means you can make a simple decision. You can sit and think about it. Matter of fact, perfect example. With us and our husband, we'll sit down and talk about, getting a house, applying for a loan, a job, our show, anything. And we'll look at all aspects of it before we make a decision. Even if we make one without him or he makes one without us, it don't matter because it's still going to benefit the whole team. But our whole point is that we actually sit back and think, okay, is this going to be beneficial? Are we going to make any money? Are we going to be able to teach, help anybody? All those, yes, we usually go through with it. But, being in this industry, podcasts, radio, music, whole thing, yeah, you got to think. Life, period. You know, whether it is a relationship, you may want to get married, have kids. Think about that. Those are big decisions because being married, you can fix that, should we say, mistake or bad choice if it turns out to be that way. But, having kids, you can't change that. And don't get us wrong, we definitely don't want to change having ours. We would never do that. But, our whole point is think about any decision or anything in your life before you say yay or nay. That's all we're saying. Because a lot of us, especially our people, We just react, whether we get into a fight or somebody done did something. We react with emotion instead of intelligence. Then when we in a big old mess, we looking like, oh, everybody feels sorry for me. Pity party time. Cream corn. I'm gonna be soft as cream corn. The whole 9 yards. But you got yourself in that mess. You can't be mad. You ain't got nobody to blame but yourself. That's something we had to tell ourselves, for real. You know, whether they did us wrong or whatever the case may be, we could have easily left. We couldn't have said nothing. We didn't have to say nothing, especially when we knew we weren't in the wrong. And those are the times you really ain't got to respond. You really don't. But a lot of us do. And we catch ourselves doing that sometimes too. But, you know, like we said, everything, especially in Islam, straight up, y'all, especially in Islam, is a learning and growing process. And everybody learns differently, but the process is the same. And we hope we said that right. It is the same, especially when you learn in Islam. So just to let y'all know that too as well. You know, make a decision. You know, if you can, make the best ones that will benefit you. Nobody can make that decision but you. You know, if you gotta get advice, talk to your closest friend. We ain't saying tell everybody your business. Absolutely not. Find you someone you can trust to talk to about it. And they may have some good advice. They may tell you do it, don't do it. And we ain't talking about listening to these hating people that don't want to do nothing for themselves. So they're just gonna tell you don't do it because they tried and it didn't work out, which they probably didn't give their 100% like they could have, and that's why. That's what a lot of people tell us, because like we said, we sell jewelry. We do a podcast. We do a radio show. We don't know a lot of people around us that's doing that. And we get it all the time. Our show ain't going to be successful. Whole 9 yards. Eliza Greatest. Our show is now number 2 on the CTR Media Network. And it's also number 2 on WNK Radio. So what? Are we making the money that we want to make yet? Absolutely not. But like we said, it's not about that for us. We want to get out here and teach, and we got to show you how to be a leader. And like we said, the best way we know how is to just be honest. You know, just tell y'all, yeah, we were stupid. We messed up too. We still stupid every now and then. We ain't nothing without a lot. Absolutely nothing. We're still going to keep messing up. We're still going to fall short. But the beauty is, the bright side is that we can get better with time. We ain't got no choice because we already know we're not turning back. That's going to mean death. So that's never going to happen. And the last one, y'all, set smart goals. Smart goals are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Setting achievable and realistic goals can help you build discipline to complete everyday tasks in both your personal and professional life. Accomplishing your dreams, no matter how small the step is, no matter how big it is, small, whatever, will result in a bigger motivation and increase your self-control. So like we said, set a goal that's attainable. Don't do anything that's impossible. The biggest example we can probably give is starting a business. You know, if you ain't got the money yet, go to the drawing board. Get your plan together. Get your team if you have to. You know, we're going to do this over the next 3 months. Then 3 to 6 months, we're going to do this step. 6 to 9 months, we're going to do this step. And by a year, you'll probably be up and running. But, you know, a lot of people start businesses and they do podcasts, the radio, and get a job, and they bite off more than they can chew. And they can't handle it because they weren't ready. They didn't do all the research. They didn't pace themselves, because we like to jump in just head first. They didn't pace themselves. They didn't prepare themselves properly, and wind up getting egg yolk all over their face. So what we're saying is, we about to close out, y'all. Figure out what motivates you the most. Keep your eye on the big picture. We have it in the back of our head, please believe. And establish those goals to reach milestones. And don't wait till you get to the end to enjoy the process. Enjoy every step along the way. It's the same thing with us. That's what we had to learn. You know, over these past few months, our show has grown. Elias the Great is grown. So the goal we have now is to monetize. We're getting our show on a bigger platform, one step at a time. Now we want to figure out how to monetize, and we're getting help with that as well from our team because they're always giving us advice, and we're doing a step-by-step plan. Flyers, we got to promote, monetize, of course, keep doing our shows, the whole 9 yards. And that's probably the best example we can give, figure out what motivates you. Don't worry about anybody else. Ain't about them. Get a healthy lifestyle. Keep the right people around you and exercise. When you learn how to have self-control, we love that word self-control because it starts with yourself. You'll find it much easier, y'all, for real, to go about your day-to-day life in your personal and your professional life. So that's something we had to learn as well, y'all, for real. But yes, we're going to close out with that, y'all. Of course, y'all know as always, thank you for checking out another episode of the Queen Candy Podcast. We're going to give y'all social media, hit y'all with another track, and we're going to go ahead and get out of here. As always, y'all can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and check out our YouTube page and LinkedIn under the Queen Candy Podcast. And y'all can also check out our podcast on WNK Radio, the CTR Media Network, and of course, any platform you can hear a podcast on. iHeartRadio, WBGR TV, Spotify, Anchor. We can go on Podvine, any app. So y'all check it out on the Queen Candy Podcast, and y'all can check us out. Follow, like, share, comment. We're going to have music coming soon. We will be starting interviews in September. Moving forward, our services will no longer be free, y'all. So if you want any music played, anything done, yes, it's going to be a fee. So we're going to get into all of that probably Thursday. We're going to be brainstorming and working on stuff in the meantime. But yes, that's what we're going to be doing, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and hit y'all with this last track, and we're going to go ahead and get out of here. But thank y'all once again for checking out the Queen Candy Podcast, and we will talk to y'all Thursday.